This poor guy wakes up only to realize he is trapped on the bed of his school's resident psycho beauty. To make things worse, his limbs are chained tight to the four corners of the bed. Even if he plays completely mute, this crazy girl still forces a kiss on him. He is even forced to drink water straight from her mouth, all because he scored first in the exams. By pushing her to second place, which is actually wild, she literally punched him until he threw up. She demanded he be her boyfriend and even sent goons to kidnap him from his dorm. But rewind a bit. Here he is at Jiangcheng University library, napping by the window, enjoying a nice, peaceful midday nap. But then, the sharp clicking of high heels echoes across the room, getting closer and closer. As an incredibly light sleeper, this drives him crazy, and he lifts his head in sheer annoyance, mentally complaining about who the hell is making noise in a quiet library. Our guy was finally trying to take a nap, but he barely gets 10 minutes of sleep before being rudely woken up. He looks up. First, a pair of black high heels. Underneath her black skirt are some seriously long legs, leading up to a face that's as cold as absolute ice. She's literally radiating frost. In a freezing voice, she demands to know if he's Gu Sheng. Seeing her stand there, looking all aggressive, our main character frowns and asks what she actually wants with him. Looking closely at her freezing but incredibly gorgeous face, he gets this sudden, weird feeling of familiarity. He's sure he's seen her somewhere before. Ignoring his question entirely, Jiang Lengyu just asks if he's Gu Sheng. She calls him out for stealing her first-place spot in the exams. Talk about a major plot twist. He immediately recognizes who this girl is, and suddenly it makes complete sense why she looked so familiar. No way, it's her, the school legend! She is the ultra-famous eldest daughter of the Jiang family, the top student who basically dominated the entrance exams. Not only is she young and gets top grades, but her visuals are literally top tier. On top of that, word on the street is the prestigious Jiang family has some seriously crazy influence. Seeing Jiang Lengyu standing right in front of him, our guy stands up. He stands tall. Did he really steal her favorite spot? Did he actually do something wrong, or is she just trying to pick a fight? Staring straight back at this rich heiress, he is completely fearless and ready for whatever. To be fair, our boy is currently a pretty big deal at Jiangcheng University. Our boy cannot lose this stare down. Once he owns up, her vibe completely shifts. That signature cold look on Jiang Lengyu's face suddenly vanishes, instantly replaced by a highly suspicious, creepy smile. And just when you think this crazy rich girl is about to start some drama, Jiang Lengyu giggles, slowly raising her hand to point her slender, delicate finger straight at our main character's face. With absolute boss energy that takes zero questions, she tells him that from this exact moment on, he is officially her new boyfriend. She looks totally thrilled, staring at him like she is ready to make a move. Our guy is completely stunned, just staring blankly at Jiang Lengyu for a few seconds. Then he looks at her with pure pity, muttering that she is clearly out of her mind. He literally thought she was here to start a fight, so he just turns around and walks out of the library. But she grabs him out of nowhere and instantly lands a brutal hit to his gut. Bro, his body completely collapses, leaving him kneeling on the floor in absolute agony. This agonizing pain surges through his stomach. Seriously? Is this girl completely out of her mind? Getting kicked straight in the stomach by a high heel is no joke, even if you lift. Even a varsity athlete would fold from that brutal impact. Jiang Lengyu just looks down at him kneeling with ice-cold eyes. Her voice is chillingly calm as she tells him this is totally on him. Jiang Lengyu points out he ran, and in her entire life, honestly, this was the first time anyone had ever dared to talk back to her. The massive commotion. Drawn in by the noise, a bunch of library goers turn their heads to watch what looks like straight-up campus bullying. Some even pull out their phones to snap pics for social media. But once they realize the aggressor is Jiang Lengyu, their faces instantly go pale. Without wasting a second, they bolt right out of the library. No shot they're messing with this heiress. They know she is completely out of their league. Still, a few brave souls. Hurry off to find the library supervisor. Seeing the supervisor approaching from a distance, Jiang Lengyu finally pulls her gaze back. She kneels down and aggressively grabs Wang's chin, while his face is still twisted in pain. Wang glares at the crazy girl right in front of him, calling her a complete lunatic. He warns her that he is going to remember this, so she better watch her back at night. But a split second later, his eyes widen in pure shock as his open, aching lips are suddenly cut off. Before he can even process it, his face contorts in agony as the sharp, metallic taste of blood fills his mouth. Jiang Lengyu straight up bites down on his lip, pulling back to slowly lick the red stain off her own lips. She smirks and tells him that this is just a little mark to remember her by. She claims him as her property, reminding him that tomorrow is the weekend. She tells him she will wait at the gate so they can talk things through. With that, she struts off in her high heels, her sharp black dress leaving quite an impression.
Only a fool would go. Our boy watches her walk away.
He angrily wipes the blood from his busted lip and quickly rushes out of the library. Rushing back to his dorm, he flops onto his bed, feeling completely drained. Getting targeted by a total psycho who suddenly wants to be his boyfriend is just wild. His best friend, Shu Kang, walks in and is completely shocked to see him home so early. Yu Kang asks why he is back, and our boy tells him he met a total madwoman. Sitting up with a miserable look, he quickly explains the whole crazy situation at the library. He complains about his terrible luck, saying the only reason he did not fight back was his rule against hitting girls, otherwise he would have absolutely folded her. Shu Kang just scoffs. Shu Kang warns him that he better watch out because Jiang Lengyu is actually the ultimate ace of the boxing club. Basically, she is built different. Her raw physical power alone is enough to easily destroy two guys. Hearing that, our boy quietly shrinks back into bed, claiming he is just being a gentleman. Without even turning around, Su Kang asks if he's actually going to meet her. Our main character scoffs, asking if his friend is crazy for even suggesting that. No shot he actually goes, but just like that, weekend morning arrives. With classes out, the campus is completely empty as most students head home. But right at the front gate, a gorgeous figure is already standing there waiting. With an absolutely freezing cold look on her face, she waits for her date. Jiang Lengyu actually went way out of her way to dress up in her finest clothes. She wanted to show Wang Yu her absolute best, flaunting her flawless, incredibly smooth, jade-like skin. Exquisite light makeup is on, but her mood? Honestly, it is just absolutely terrible. She checks her watch. Already past 10. That guy still has not shown up. Soon, a bodyguard sent to get info comes running.
He runs over from the south dorms, looking extremely hesitant as he finally speaks up.
Miss, young Master Wang is still fast asleep and has not gotten up yet. Hearing this, Jiang Lengyu's face instantly darkens. Bro, she has literally been waiting here since the crack of dawn. She wanted to make a good impression, but this guy is literally still fast asleep. Jiang Lengyu is always the one making people wait. No one has ever dared to lag like this. Wearing a stone-cold expression, she orders her crew to move out. She marches straight toward the male dorms, backed by 3 absolute units of bodyguards. They look incredibly intimidating. Honestly, the guy's dorm is about to turn into a complete circus. News of this absolute queen storming the male dorm spreads like wildfire. But nobody dares to post about it because her family basically owns the school. They are major investors, and crossing this spoiled heiress is a one-way ticket to trouble. You do not want her putting you on her hit list. Soon enough, Jiang Lengyu is already standing right outside dorm room 111. Her bodyguard kicks the door wide open, and she just walks right in like she owns the place. The bodyguards follow and lock the door behind them, and immediately muffled groans echo inside. Inside room 111, poor Shu Kang gets dragged out of bed. He is tossed into the corner in absolute terror, his limbs completely tied up with rope. His mouth is duct taped shut as he desperately tries to break free. He tries to wake up our sleeping main character Wang Yu, but the guards quickly shut him down. Jiang Lengyu walks over to the inner bed, staring coldly at Wang Yu, who is still dreaming. She scoffs. She has been waiting at the school gate all morning for him. Meanwhile, this guy is just sleeping in. He clearly did not take her warning seriously. And you know what they say about disobedient boyfriends? They need some serious training. Wang Yu is happily hugging his blanket, but suddenly a sharp pain on his lips shocks his system. He snaps awake instantly, and even Shu Kang, watching from the corner, is totally stunned. He watches Jiang Lengyu force this wild wake-up call on Wang Yu. Honestly, I would be jealous too. Is kissing literally the first move here? Bro, let him go and let me take his place. Wang Yu eyes widen in shock as she grabs his head and pins him down. Total panic. Jiang Lengyu just stares down with freezing, icy eyes. She presses her lips against his and bites down hard with her sharp little fangs. The taste of blood fills his mouth again. His lip wound had just barely started healing. Now it is ripped open again, and the sharp pain makes his entire body thrash around. But she locks him down with insane strength, giving him zero room to escape. This goes on for a solid 5 minutes until he completely gives up fighting back. Finally letting go, she sits on the edge of the bed with a dark expression. She scoffs. Nobody has ever stood me up before, Wang Yu. You have got some nerve. But honestly, the more you struggle, the more interesting you get to me. Wang Yu backs into the corner of the bed and instantly starts losing his mind. Is she insane? This is literally the guy's dorm. He yells that he only beat her for first place once and offers to let her win next time. Hearing this, her face completely freezes over, looking colder than ever. Her gaze is pure frost as she repeats, "You say you will let me win?" She laughs. This girl has won countless awards and trophies her entire life. Her accolades are endless, and now some guy is telling her he is going to go easy on her? Like she is somehow inferior to him, she glares at him, trying to pierce right through his soul. Staring back at those eyes, Wang Yu suddenly feels a little nervous in the corner. He does not dare to talk back, especially with those 3 giant bodyguards glaring at him. Honestly, who would not be terrified? Talk about an unfair fight. If our boy knew winning first place was this much trouble, he would have stayed humble. But now, he has completely walked right into his own trap. Jiang Lengyu stands up, dusts off her hands, and coldly gives them just 5 minutes. Bring him downstairs in 5 minutes, she demands, before walking out without looking back. While our main character watches in absolute terror, 3 massive bodyguards instantly lunge straight at him. Suddenly, the dorm is filled with his absolute screams, yelling, "What are you doing with my clothes, you creeps?" Now they are stripping his pants too, and he begs them not to push him too far. "Have some mercy, big bros! Please at least leave me with my boxers!" Watching this absolute madness from the corner, his roommate Shu Kang shivers and wisely closes his eyes. "Don't blame your bro for not saving you, son," Shu Kang silently prays. "I am completely powerless here." Meanwhile, parked right downstairs of the boys' dorm is a stunning red Maybach. Parked right there, inside the insanely luxurious backseat, Jiang Lengyu casually crosses her long, elegant legs. She races her wrist to check the time, only 1 minute left. The next second, the car door flies open, and our neatly dressed main character is thrown inside. To make matters worse, his head lands right next to Jiang Lengyu's feet. Talk about bad luck. Jiang Lengyu looks down coldly at him on the floor, then slowly raises her foot and steps right on his head. With a cold smirk playing on her lips, she asks him if he is satisfied with this special treatment. Getting stepped on like this makes him feel completely humiliated, having never expected his day to go like this. He never imagined he would end up riding in a luxury car like this, helplessly asking Jiang Lengyu sitting right beside him. "Miss, what do you even see in me anyway?" he asks, promising that if she just tells him. "I will change it immediately," he says, but she snaps back, "Are you really that unhappy being with me?" Jiang Lengyu gets visibly annoyed, glaring down at him with an incredibly dangerous look in her eyes. If he dares to say no, his fate is going to be absolutely brutal. He frowns, pointing out that if she really wants them to be together, there must be a reason, especially since they had never even spoken to each other before yesterday. Hearing that they had never spoken before, Jiang Lengyu leans back and suddenly bursts into a cold, amused laugh. "Let us make a deal," she says, "because I only like to hang out with outstanding people my age." "You barely qualify as one right now, but if you act as my boyfriend from now on," she explains, "I can easily give you more wealth and power than you could ever possibly imagine." Quite a sweet deal, right? She thinks, absolutely convinced that no sane person would ever turn this down. Any normal guy would instantly jump at this deal, especially since she is the stunning top-tier school beauty of their entire university. Her family background is insanely powerful, so having a literal goddess like her as a girlfriend is a dream come true.
What guy would say no? But our boy straight up refuses.
He rejects her without even a single second of hesitation, making her beautiful eyebrows furrow deeply as she demands a reason. Our boy calmly holds up 3 fingers to explain his choice, saying, first of all, that she is absolutely not his type. Second, he has absolutely zero interest in her crazy wealth, since he has never been a highly ambitious guy anyway. As long as his life is comfortable, having too much money is honestly just a complete waste. As for his third reason, he stares directly at Jiang Lengyu. With a hint of pure annoyance in his eyes, he tells her he has zero interest in playing house. He tells her straight up that she just wants to play a silly relationship game and he has no time for childish things. This insane response completely stuns Jiang Lengyu, and even her personal driver, focusing on the road ahead, immediately tenses up. The driver cannot even help but steal a shocked glance through the rearview mirror. This kid actually had the audacity to say something so bold to their young mistress. He must literally have a death wish. Honestly, our boy is playing with absolute fire here. And just like that, the smug smile on Jiang Lengyu's face completely vanishes in an instant. Completely ignoring him now, she turns directly to her driver and barks an order. Back to the villa. Now our boy is panicking. Is she actually planning to kidnap him back to her place and straight up torture him? No shot. Crap! Let me go, he yells, but he can barely get a few words out. Jiang Lengyu straight up hits him with a swift hand chop to the neck, and boom, he completely passes out. Who knows how long he was out? He finally opens his eyes. All he sees is an unfamiliar ceiling. His arms and legs are chained tightly to the 4 corners of the bed. Zero escape. Oh crap! He snaps wide awake, struggling wildly. The chains rattle loudly as he struggles. That crazy woman actually went ahead and tied him up like a prisoner. What is she even planning here? Is this all just because he rejected her? Is she gonna silence him? Suddenly, the bathroom door swings wide open, releasing a thick, heavy cloud of hot steam. Along with the tension, a sweet, mesmerizing fragrance suddenly fills the air. Hearing a sound, our main guy stops struggling and quickly turns his head to look. His face instantly turns bright red. Mans is blushing so hard, and he's forced to shut his eyes, shouting that she's lost her mind. Out steps Jiang Lengyu from the bathroom, water still dripping from her wet hair. And here's the absolute best part. She's literally only wearing a single, thin, white button-up shirt. Barefoot, she walks straight toward the bed, and since she just got out of the shower, that wet shirt is completely soaked, showing off way too much skin. Talk about a major plot twist. With her pale skin on full display, she spots our boy blushing like a tomato. With a smirk playing on her lips, she looks down at Ning Yuan, tied to the bed with his eyes shut tight. His voice is shaking slightly as he warns her that even if she gets his body, she will never get his soul, yelling that this is literally illegal and she needs to turn back. Jiang Lengyu sits barefoot on the edge of the bed, not even caring. About the water dripping from her hair, mockingly telling him it's only illegal if a guy forces a girl. She scoffs at him being the top student, saying it's honestly embarrassing to lose to someone this clueless. He trembles, begging her to please let him go and asking what she even wants from him. He even promises not to compete for the top spot next time, while she stands barefoot on the bed. Looking down at him with pure disdain, she asks if he still thinks she's just playing house. She's about to show him exactly whether this is a game or not, and honestly, things are about to get wild. With that, Jiang Lengyu sits right on his stomach, cups his face, and goes straight in for the kiss. Our girl's eyes instantly widen as she struggles to breathe after that sudden, intense kiss. Silence. The only sound left in the room is their heavy, ragged breathing. He lets go, staring straight into her soul to ask if she still thinks he is just playing house. Our boy is left with her taste in his mouth, glaring daggers, telling her to keep dreaming. Jiang Lengyu just laughs and calls him a stubborn donkey before moving in right before his terrified eyes. She leans in. An hour later, our boy is crying out in total surrender. Seeing him break, she smirks. Seriously, talk about total toxic female lead energy here. She claims you have to play rough with stubborn guys, then casually asks if he wants to be her boyfriend. Finally freed from being tied up, he grits his teeth, watching her head toward the bathroom. Just you wait, crazy woman, he vows. He is definitely getting revenge.
After slipping into a long black mesh dress, Jiang Lengyu glances back at him, trailing slowly behind.
Cold glare. She mutters that he needs some serious training. Under that dangerous gaze, he shivers. He picks up the pace big time and practically dives into the car.
Seeing his quick moves, Jiang Lengyu finally nods in approval.
The coldness in her eyes vanishes, replaced by a soft look as she orders the driver to head to Tianhua Mall. After the driver parks right outside the entrance, since it is the weekend, the place is absolutely packed. Massive crowds head inside together. But as soon as Jiang Lengyu steps out of the vehicle, her insane visuals instantly turn every single head nearby, making her the absolute center of attention. Then she glares coldly at our boy, giving him an instant chill right down his spine. Honestly, it feels like he is being targeted by some terrifying predator. Shivering hard, he turns around only to see her just standing there. She is not moving an inch, so he awkwardly walks back and asks why she is not coming inside. With an icy gaze, she asks him what the relationship actually is. Under her intense stare, a flash of pure hesitation crosses his face. He mutters out an uncertain reply, that they are boyfriend and girlfriend.
Big mistake. That hesitation completely ruins her mood.
She coldly tells him to turn his back to her, and even though he has no idea why, he still obediently spins around. Who knows what she would do if he refused? If he does not, this wild girl might honestly slap him right in front of the entire crowd. The moment he turns around, Jiang Lengyu lifts her clean white sneaker and delivers a brutal kick right to his backside, completely caught off guard. He flies forward a whole meter, landing face first on the hard tile floor. An absolute faceplant. Everyone nearby gasps. The crowd quickly looks away and disperses, not wanting any part of this drama. Nobody dares to stay. Our boy rubs his aching backside and scrambles back to his feet. He glares at her and angrily demands to know why this crazy woman just kicked him. Jiang Lengyu just stares back with zero emotion, telling him that this kick is because deep down he still does not view her as his actual girlfriend. She is highly displeased, but honestly, they have only known each other for less than 2 days. Treating her like his girl already would be wild, but as the crowd thins out and fewer people are watching, his mind suddenly starts racing. They are out of the villa now. Why not escape right here? Sure, this crazy woman is strong, but she is still just one person. There is no way she can outrun him if he books it right now. After weighing his options, he realizes this escape plan is actually genius, but there is just one major catch. First, he has to make her lower her guard, especially with those massive bodyguards tailing them. He definitely cannot outrun a whole security team, so he needs a quick strategy. Instantly, his anger completely vanishes, replaced by the most convincing, friendly smile ever. He steps over and gently takes her hand. Apologizing for being immature, he says they just need a little more time. Please, just forgive me this once. Seeing him take the initiative to hold her hand, her annoyance instantly softens. She tells him he is lucky he knows what is good for him, letting him off the hook. The two of them walk into the mall hand in hand. To anyone else passing by, they look like the ultimate power couple, totally in love and matching perfectly. But inside, our boy is already planning his next move, using a drink run to slip away. Jiang Lengyu drags our boy straight into a luxury watch shop, where a manager in black stockings approaches them. She bows respectfully, asking Miss Jiang what she needs today. Jiang Lengyu lets go of our boy's hand and coldly gives the manager an order. Find him a suitable watch and make sure it is the absolute best. Hearing this, our boy is completely stunned and scratches his head in pure confusion. He is just a broke student, so flexing a watch this expensive makes zero sense. But Jiang Lengyu just looks back coldly. You are my boyfriend now, remember? Your entire outfit is not even 500 yuan. If you do not care about face, I do. With that shutdown, he has no comeback, and the manager smiles, heading behind the glass counter. She pulls out 3 of their latest limited edition luxury watches. Our boy stares at the 3 insanely expensive timepieces sitting in front of him. He looks at Jiang Lengyu, who just gives him a deadpan look. What are you staring at? Just pick one quickly, or we can just buy them all. Hearing that, he immediately points to the watch right in the middle. It is a low-key black and white design. This one'll do. The manager grins and packs away the other 2 watches immediately. This watch costs 2 million yuan, and it is incredibly rare in the country.
Wait, how much? Our boy's hand goes completely limp, almost dropping the watch onto the floor.
2 million for a single watch is actually crazy, but Jiang Lengyu does not even flinch. She literally doesn't blink, pulling out a black card without hesitation. She hands it over and boom, a new watch is suddenly on his left wrist. His net worth instantly skyrockets to 2 million as they walk out of the shop. Jiang Lengyu leans in close, whispering that now he has a proper watch.
If you ever dare to be late to our dates again, I promise you will regret it forever.
Our boy's mouth twitches, so buying him a watch this ridiculously expensive? Seriously, dropping 2 million just to keep him from being late? Rich people are built different. Trying to find a way to escape, he points to a bubble tea shop and suggests a drink.
Let me buy you some boba, he offers, and Jiang Lengyu looks over at the shop.
She rarely touches street drinks like this, but since it is his first time treating her, she reluctantly accepts, saying it is up to him. He happily leads her over, while her bodyguards naturally tail them right behind. Since it is the weekend, the line is massive, so Jiang Lengyu waits on a bench outside. While our boy joins the queue, he uses this exact moment to check his surroundings. He discreetly scans the entire mall layout. He needs to map out a solid escape route, and soon enough, it is his turn to order. He quickly grabs 2 cups, handing one over to Jiang Lengyu as soon as he gets back. He starts sipping his own, while Jiang Lengyu just stares at the cup in her hand. Nah, she literally snatches the drink straight out of his hand. That is actually kind of adorable. She claims his drink, and after wandering the mall a bit longer, lunchtime finally arrives. Feeling like the moment is perfect, our boy casually announces he needs to use the restroom. She nods without a single suspicion, and our boy is absolutely celebrating inside. He jogs straight into the restroom with a massive grin plastered across his face. He is finally escaping the clutches of this terrifying female boss. He rushes over to the ventilation window, pushes it open, and peers down. They are on the 2nd floor, which is an easy jump with his physical stats. He grabs the curtains, crouches on the windowsill, and decides the drop is totally manageable. He aims for the grass below and just leaps, laughing before he even lands. Freedom! Here he comes! He glances back. He smirks, thinking there is no shot she can trap him while she plays her little games. He bolts out of the mall, absolutely booking it. He is grinning ear to ear. Right on cue, a yellow and white taxi pulls up from the distance. It stops, and he instinctively hops inside. He tells the driver to step on it to Jiangcheng University, but then the door slams shut. He freezes instantly, his smug grin completely locking up. Right next to him, massive bodyguards and an incredibly cold Jiang Lengyu. He is literally crying inside. How on earth is she waiting here? His escape plan was supposed to be completely foolproof. No way she figured it out. Something is definitely off. Jiang Lengyu just sits there, giving him a terrifying cold smirk. She mocks him. No wonder he acted so obedient earlier. So he was planning to bolt. Since he is caught, our boy decides to stop pretending. He admits it. Yeah, he wanted to run. What is she going to do about it? He dares this crazy woman to just go ahead and kill him, staring her down. He tries to hold his ground, but Jiang Lengyu's expression turns incredibly dark and hostile. She coldly tells him that if he wants to die that badly, she will oblige. This girl is actually insane. She immediately turns to the driver and barks a chilling order. Find some isolated spot out in the middle of nowhere and bury this guy alive. Hearing this, a shiver runs down his spine, though he desperately tries to hide it. Keeping his face completely blank, he sneakily reaches for his phone. He fires off a quick SOS. Meanwhile, back at the dorms? His roommate Shu Kang is busy sweatlord gaming in his dorm. He glances over. A frantic text pops up begging him to save his life. Right below the text, there is even a live location pin showing his position. It is moving fast, heading straight toward the desolate outskirts. Shu Kang looks at the emergency text, then back at his active ranked match. He hesitates, but then he literally slaps himself. How could he even hesitate between his best bro and a video game? He grabs his electric scooter keys and bolts straight out of the dorm. Cut to 30 minutes later, deep inside a creepy, deserted forest on the outskirts. 3 massive guards are literally digging a grave while our boy is tied up nearby. His eyes are wide with pure terror as he looks at Jiang Lengyu. Is she actually going to bury him alive? This is wild! He is majorly regretting his life choices, but time is running out. Pretty soon, a scary 2-meter grave is fully dug out. With the grave ready to be filled, Jiang Lengyu steps out of her car. Dirt gets on her clean white shoes as she kneels to pull the gag from his mouth. She asks if he has any last words, though she definitely won't fulfill them. She is just curious to hear them. With the gag out, he can finally speak. He looks up at her with the most pathetic puppy dog eyes. He begs for mercy, pleading for just one more chance. Jiang Lengyu tilts her head, her eyes icy. She asks if he finally knows he is wrong. But she already gave him a chance, and he completely wasted her grandfather's last wishes. Now our main character, Wang Yu, is tied up, literally sitting next to an open grave. Complaining will not change his fate, especially since he only has 6 months left to live. At this point, he might as well prepare to burn some paper offerings for his grandpa. He silently begs the universe for just one more chance to get out of this alive. Suddenly, a tiny moped comes blasting through the dirt, heading straight toward the excavator. It is his best friend, Shu Kong, steering with one hand and holding a shiny kitchen knife. He screams at the top of his lungs, "Do not fear, your father is here to save you!" Seeing his buddy arrive like a hero, Wang Yu is absolutely thrilled. Talk about perfect timing. He laughs out loud, feeling totally relieved that his bro actually came through for him. But Jiang Lengyu is not impressed at all. She simply gives her bodyguard a quick look. The giant guard immediately steps forward, easily blocking the moped right in its tracks. Flash forward 2 minutes later. Jiang Lengyu is now crouching in front of the two boys, casually playing with the kitchen knife. She lets go, and the plastic blade literally wobbles. Wang Yu's face instantly drops. He looks over at Shu Kang, who is now also tied up like a mummy. Wang Yu screams in disbelief. "I asked you to save me, and you brought a plastic toy?" Jiang Lengyu looks at them with pure amusement, mocking the fact that his savior also got captured. She asks if he has any more bright ideas, leaving Wang Yu completely speechless. Honestly, what else can he do? If he backs down now, his pride will be completely shattered. But if he keeps acting tough, he is going to end up 6 feet under. At this point, poor Shu Kang is shivering in absolute terror next to him. Realizing they are about to be buried alive, he begs Wang Yu to just give in. He whispers that Jiang Lengyu is literally gorgeous and insanely rich, so what is the issue? Anyone else would kill for this, but Wang Yu's pride immediately flares up. He refuses to back down, declaring that his name is Wang Yu, as in the universe. As a grown man, there is no way he is going to play house with her. Hearing this bold, stubborn speech, Jiang Lengyu completely loses what little patience she had left. Her eyes go completely cold. She stands up and coldly orders her guards to bury them, walking away without a single delay. Seeing her leave, Shu Kang panics and starts yelling at Wang Yu for being so stubborn. He asks why he could not just fake it first so they could escape later. Watching the two towering bodyguards close in, even Wang Yu starts to feel a bit terrified. As they get closer, Shu Kang frantically screams for him to just apologize. He is way too young to die, while Jiang Lengyu is already opening her car door. Unable to take the pressure, Wang Yu finally cracks and screams out that he was wrong. But Jiang Lengyu does not move. She just stands there, keeping her back turned. It feels like she is waiting for a specific word, and Wang Yu gets a sudden brainwave. He shouts at the top of his lungs, "Wife, I was wrong!" Hearing the magic word, Jiang Lengyu finally turns around with a satisfied smile and orders them untied. She tells the guards to bring them to the car, and the boys finally breathe again. Saved from being buried alive, Wang Yu is quickly tossed straight into the back seat. Poor Shu Kang, however, is left to ride his little moped all the way back alone. The car doors automatically lock, and Jiang Lengyu immediately corners him against the window. Our MC asks what she wants in a trembling voice, but Jiang Lengyu just wraps her arms around his neck. She sits right on top of him, whispering softly in his ear to kiss her. He shakes his head and refuses without a single second of hesitation. He might be a total virgin, but he knows you cannot just go around kissing anyone. A guy has got to protect his innocence out in the wild. He kept his purity for 20 whole years. No way is he losing it now.
Jiang Lengyu's face instantly drops, and she literally grabs him by the throat.
She asks if he is confused, coldly reminding him that this is an order.
This is not a negotiation, so our turning red MC quickly gives in to her demands.
He begs to let him kiss her, and only then does Jiang Lengyu release her grip. She leans back onto him, her voice suddenly switching back to sweet and gentle.
Wrapping her arms around him, she demands a kiss, leaving our terrified MC with no choice. He slowly wraps his arms around her soft waist, leaning in toward her red lips.
Catching a faint scent of orchids, he awkwardly taps his lips against hers. He tries to pull back immediately, but her hands lock him in place.
Jiang Lengyu anticipated this, holding his head still while grabbing his collar. The tables have turned. She takes total control and forces the kiss. Talk about toxic. His eyes go wide as he tries to push her off, but it is completely useless. So he clenches his teeth shut, desperately trying to keep her tongue out. After failing to break his defense, Jiang Lengyu literally punches him right in the gut. The pain is so sharp that our poor guy gasps, opening his mouth wide.
Jiang Lengyu seizes the chance to slide in, making the kiss last a lifetime. By the time the car rolls back into the city, Jiang Lengyu rests her face
right against his heavily breathing chest, telling him that she hopes he learned his lesson.
She basically tells him that he needs to obey her every command without question.
Our MC stays dead silent, completely powerless as she sits on his lap. With her arms around his waist, he realizes he is no longer pure.
Rest in peace, buddy.
The car finally pulls up to Jiangcheng University, and it is already late afternoon. Since there is barely anyone around, she suddenly demands to have his phone.
Jiang Lengyu reaches out her hand, leaving him wondering what she wants it for.
But he still hands it over, and a few seconds later, she gives it back. The screen is open to his contacts, where a brand new number is saved under the name Wife. Crossing her arms, she warns him that if he ever dares to ignore her calls, he is as good as dead. With that final threat, she gets back into the car. Before driving off, she makes sure to lock eyes with him one last time. He can tell she is dead serious, leaving him wondering what he got into. Feeling completely defeated, he walks toward his dorm, feeling like his future is pitch black. The very next afternoon, our MC is fast asleep in a quiet corner of the library. His phone keeps buzzing on the table, but he does not notice a thing. Suddenly, a hand grabs his ear and literally drags him out of his sleep. Startled, he snaps his eyes open, only to see a freezing cold glare. Her icy eyes look down on him as if he is already a dead man. Jiang Lengyu sneers, asking him if he forgot her rule about picking up her calls. And yet here he is, sleeping, just as he finally notices his phone vibrating in his pocket. His face completely freezes up, and he tries to excuse himself by saying he barely slept. He was just sleeping super heavily. Jiang Lengyu stares into his eyes for a bit, making sure he isn't lying before finally letting it slide. Jiang Lengyu turns and walks out of the library, telling him to tag along. He doesn't dare refuse. Wiping the drool from his mouth, he quickly jogs to catch up with her. Once again, they shop until sunset, with him tagging along behind Jiang Lengyu. After hitting every single cool spot near campus, she suddenly demands they head to her mansion. Sitting inside the luxury Maybach, he closes his eyes to plan his next move. That is when Jiang Lengyu slides over and sits straight on his lap. Pressing her face against his chest, Jiang Lengyu softly tells him to hold her. Left with no choice, he gently wraps his arms around her. Smelling her sweet fragrance, his throat suddenly goes incredibly dry. Glancing over, he spots a bottle of water sitting nearby. Since it's still more than half full, he reaches out to grab it. But right as he unscrews the cap for a sip, Jiang Lengyu snatches it away. She tilts her chin up, asking if he's thirsty, and all he can do is nod. He is completely helpless against this enchantress as Jiang Lengyu sits up slightly. She swirls the water bottle, takes a huge gulp, and holds it in her mouth. Instead of swallowing, she gives him a highly provocative look. Pointing to her red lips, her message is clear. Getting water is actually incredibly simple. Take it from her mouth. Realizing this, he suddenly doesn't feel so thirsty anymore. Shaking his head, he tells her to just drink it herself. Instantly, Jiang Lengyu's expression freezes and she swallows the mouthful of water.
She cold-bloodedly threatens him, warning him that if he doesn't drink right now, she will make sure he doesn't get a single drop of water for 3 days. Jiang Lengyu immediately takes another massive gulp, holds it in, and rolls down the car window. Dumping the rest of the bottle outside, the atmosphere in the car instantly goes dead silent. After a brief, heavy silence, just as she is about to swallow this mouthful of water too, our boy finally makes a move. Squeezing his eyes shut, he leans in and plants a deep kiss on Jiang Lengyu's lips. Stealing every drop of water from her mouth, he swallows before they finally pull apart. His face turns slightly red, and he quickly looks out the window to hide it. But there is no shot she lets him off that easy. She instantly pulls him back. 10 minutes later, she's resting peacefully in his arms. Staring at him with a critical gaze, she snorts and tells him he's not going back to his dorm tonight. He is moving in with her, and she will buy whatever he needs tomorrow. This way, he can't try to escape again. He quietly hates the idea, but keeps a straight face. Jiang Lengyu wraps her arms around his neck, forcing him to lean down. Their lips meet once again, locking them in another intense moment. Slowly letting go, she gently runs her tongue over her red lips with a highly playful smirk. Locking eyes with him, she delivers a dominant declaration. He belongs to her now. Until she gets tired of him, even if he runs to the ends of the earth. She will drag him right back. He can only smile bitterly, hoping she gets bored fast. So he can finally get his freedom back, but she just leans in closer. Giving his neck a light bite, she tells him to completely forget about that dream. She is incredibly obsessive about things she likes. Maybe she will never get tired of him. She basically tells him to stop worrying about her getting bored and start focusing on serving her better. The car suddenly pulls up, meaning they have finally arrived at the villa. The driver announces their arrival as the sleek red Maybach parks right in the courtyard. The driver knows exactly when to get lost, quickly opening the door and heading out. Now it is just him and Jiang Lengyu left in the car, and the tension instantly spikes. You can literally hear a pin drop, and she is still sitting right on his lap. She wraps her arms around his neck, leaning in to whisper the word baby. She wants a princess carry, and our boy is low-key dying to ask if her legs are broken. But he holds it in, opens the door, and scoops Jiang Lengyu up into his arms. He carries her straight inside the villa and heads up to the second-floor master bedroom. He drops her onto the bed and tries to make a quick exit, but she instantly commands him to stop. Seeing him run off without a second thought, her face turns icy cold as she asks where he is going. He is already at the door and has to turn around with the most awkward look ever. He scratches his head, saying he is sleeping in the guest room, and she literally starts radiating pure menace. She gets right out of bed and walks over to him completely barefoot. She grabs his collar, her face totally dark as she demands to know what he just said. She tells him to repeat himself, backing him into a corner. Staring at her terrifying expression, he completely panics and quickly lies that he is just hungry. He claims he wanted to cook some food, which makes her pause. Jiang Lengyu realizes she is actually hungry too, so she lets go of his collar and wraps her arms around his waist. She smiles, telling him that is fine because she honestly thought he was trying to run away. She tells him to go cook and make her a portion too, and he finally breathes a sigh of relief. Not wanting to test his luck any further, he immediately opens the door. He bolts straight down to the kitchen, while she just watches from the doorway. Watching him run away in absolute terror, she cannot help but flash a super playful, mischievous smile. She turns back inside and opens up a hidden little drawer right under her wardrobe. And boom, it is literally filled with every kind of stockings you can imagine, from black to fishnets. Honestly, this girl has a whole legendary collection ready to go. Looking down at her long legs, she picks out a pair and slowly slides them on. Down in the kitchen, he checks out what ingredients he has. He quickly whips up 2 plates of delicious fried rice, and 15 minutes later, he is done. He carries the plates back up to the second floor, the mouth-watering aroma filling the hallway. You can smell it from a mile away, and the warm lights are shining as he steps inside. He sets the 2 steaming hot plates of fried rice down. He places them on the table by the window, totally keeping his guard up. He calls out to her to come eat while she is still cozied up in bed. But before he can even sit down, a pair of soft hands suddenly wraps around his waist. She asks him to feed her, and he has no choice but to sigh and agree.
He asks her to let go first, but within seconds, she is right back on his lap.
She is wearing those sheer skin tone stockings now, and our boy is desperately trying to look away.
He is fighting for his life not to look, but he can feel everything on his lap.
It is totally playing with his head, and she just tilts her head to tease him.
She asks if it looks good, but he just calls it average and starts feeding her spoon by spoon. She is in absolutely no rush, just acting cute and eating while sitting on his lap.
She keeps swinging her long legs back and forth, clearly trying to drive him crazy.
But luckily, with some insane willpower, our boy Wang Yu actually managed to hold it together.
Fighting back his inner demons, he finishes eating and tells her he'll do the dishes while she heads to bed.
He's literally just trying to find any excuse to escape this absolute danger zone.
But before he can even stand up, Jiang Lengyu completely locks lips with him.
Pulling back after a second, she smirks and asks him a loaded question.
The dishes can wait, so what does he think he should be doing right now?
But right after saying that, she suddenly starts feeling super lightheaded.
Her eyes flutter shut, and in the very next second, she just completely passes out. Catching her just in time, Wang Yu looks at her sleeping face and lets out a massive sigh of relief.
Honestly, the fact that this actually worked so fast is kind of hilarious.
Turns out his buddy Shu Kang didn't lie to him as he carefully lifts the sleeping heiress up. Standing up, he pulls back the blanket and gently tucks her into bed.
Sneaking out of the room, we get a quick flashback, ever since she almost buried him alive last time. He and Shu Kang have been plotting some petty revenge, and Shu Kang grabbed a special bottle from his house. A super-strength sleeping pill that guarantees anyone who takes it will be out cold for an entire day. Wang Yu kept it on him at all times, and now it finally came in clutch. I mean, look at her moves tonight. She was clearly trying to devour our boy. But no shot he was letting that happen, especially since his mom would literally end him if she found out. She'd show up with a spatula overnight, so he decides it's time to make a run for it. Because if this crazy girl wakes up and realizes she got drugged, she's definitely chasing him down with a machete, so under the cover of darkness.
Our boy sneaks out the bedroom window and drops down, dodging the patrolling guards.
He tries to act completely natural while walking to the exit, but a security patrol spots him instantly. They immediately block his path, and the head guard steps forward. It's literally one of the guys who tried to bury him before who politely asks why he's leaving so late. The guy knows his boss is obsessed with Wang Yu, so he's actually super respectful now. Under the dim streetlights, Wang Yu just lets out a fake sigh and plays it off. He tells them he somehow annoyed their lady, so she kicked him out for the night. The captain gives him a knowing smirk, basically saying he totally gets how it is. He bids him a safe trip back and steps aside. Nobody doubts him for a second because they all know how moody their boss can get. She's unpredictable as hell, but seeing that they bought his story. Wang Yu quietly takes a deep breath and starts heading toward the main gates. Keeping a steady pace, he finally escapes. The next morning, the bright morning sun hits Jiang Lengyu's face, and she subconsciously rolls over. Reaching out to grab her man, she only finds empty space. Her eyes slowly flutter open as she realizes something is seriously off. Staring at the empty spot next to her, the memories of last night suddenly rush back. And boom, she instantly pieces together exactly what happened. That sneaky jerk Wang Yu definitely spiked her fried rice. Unbelievable! She's the top heiress of the Jiang family, and this guy dared to drug her? Nobody has ever crossed her like this. That absolute dead man, Wang Yu. He is officially done for, after a quick wash. She storms downstairs with a face colder than ice and gets into a red Maybach. She speeds straight toward the university, leaving her guards completely clueless about her sudden rage. The bodyguard has no clue why she is so mad, but he follows anyway.
Normally, it is a 30-minute drive. Jiang Lengyu floors it.
Just 10 minutes. She reaches the dorms. Jiang Lengyu storms up the stairs in absolute rage. Final boss energy right here.
Her bodyguards trail behind. Meanwhile, inside dorm 111, they have no classes.
Roommate Su Kang is fast asleep. He is literally giggling in his sleep. Wham! The door is kicked open, slamming hard against the wall. Who did that? Xu Kang jolts awake in pure anger. But before he can yell, towering bodyguards rush inside. He shuts up instantly, trembling under his blanket. They clear the way as Jiang Lengyu steps inside, her cold eyes scanning the room. No sign of Wang Yu. She walks right up to Su Kang. She demands to know where Wang Yu is as he fearfully pokes his head out. He almost cries.
Did you not take him away? He has not returned yet.
Jiang Lengyu walks over and feels Wang Yu's bed. Freezing cold.
He definitely has not been back. She barks an order at Su Kang.
Call him, now.
Terrified, Su Kang quickly grabs his phone. It rings twice and connects. Wang Yu answers, asking what is up, while Jiang Lengyu looms right over them.
She does not grab the phone, signaling Yukong instead.
Ask his location. Su Kang gets the hint and trembles, asking where he has been all night. Out in the suburbs, Wang Yu is lying on a cheap motel bed. Something feels off.
Hearing the weird tension in his friend's voice, his brow furrows.
He cautiously asks if someone else is there. Instantly, Jiang Lengyu grabs a sharp fruit knife from the desk. She glares at Su Kang, making him shiver in fear. He lies quickly, claiming he is alone. But our MC is built different and catches on instantly. That crazy woman must have cornered his roommate. Smart move not returning to the dorm. You suck at lying, bro. Did that crazy woman find you?
Back in the dorm, the sharp knife is pressed right against Su Kang's throat.
One tiny slip, and it is over. Su Kang is screaming curses at Wang Yu in his mind.
Are you trying to get me killed?
He grinds his teeth, desperately lying that nobody is there.
Wang Yu sighs, acting surprised while secretly knowing the truth.
Is she standing there with her bodyguards?
After hanging up, our boy happily snuggles back into bed to catch some extra sleep. Meanwhile, Jiang Lengyu is completely out of patience. She walks out, waves her guards over, and heads downstairs. Inside, Su Kang screams in sheer agony. Outside, a sleek red Maybach tears right out of the university. Jiang Lengyu sits in the back, coldly asking her contact if they found him.
Did they find him?
Turns out her crew actually managed to hack into Mr. Wang's personal account. His last transaction yesterday was traced to a cheap motel on the edge of town. Send the location. She is already planning his punishment. She actually tried to show him respect, but our guy just kept pushing his luck. This time, she is going to teach him a lesson he won't ever forget. Still sleeping. Our main character has zero clue that a massive, dangerous turning point is about to hit him. At the motel, the poor owner is already gagged and taped up in a corner. Jiang Lengyu gets the room number and heads straight up. The pure, freezing boss energy she is radiating is honestly terrifying. Standing outside his door, she orders her guards to stay back. No matter what kind of noise they hear from inside, they do not enter. Her guards quickly lock down the motel. They even send hush money to the owner before she steps inside at noon. Noon already? But our boy is still dreaming away with a massive smile on his face. Super basic setup, just one bed. Jiang Lengyu locks the door and calmly sits down. She slips off her shoes, completely relaxed. Taking her sweet time, she slowly slips off her coat. Then she climbs onto the mattress, which is clearly super old, creaking with every step. Sleeping pretty soundly, aren't you? She sneers, looking down at him. Then she raises her foot and stomps hard right on his stomach. A brutal shriek echoes. Even the guards outside feel bad for him as he gasps in sudden pain. He immediately curls up into a tight ball, clutching his stomach. Shocked, he stares at her icy face. "How did you find me?" he gasps out. In this city, nothing stays hidden from her. She grabs him by the collar, lifting him with absolute rage in her eyes. "Was I not good to you? I even let you touch me. Yet you still ran." Our guy tries to explain, but a sudden rush of wind cuts him off. A sharp slap echoes through the room. A clear red handprint is already swelling up on our boy's right cheek. He's shocked, clutches his face, staring at the red handprint in disbelief. Furious, he loses his mind and screams at Jiang Lengyu, asking if she is completely insane. She just sneers with a chilling gaze, speaking slowly. Jiang Lengyu chillingly tells him that today he is the one who will be broken and ruined. This unhinged yandere warns him never to try running away from her again. Suddenly, the quiet room is filled with sharp slaps and painful groans.
It is brutal. She literally steps right on his face with her bare foot. Pinning him to the mattress, she grinds her heel down.
Punching him over and over, she completely loses her mind, screaming at him.
How dare he ignore her and look at other girls? He tries to resist, but he is completely outmatched by her raw physical power.
Honestly, his desperate attempts at self-defense do absolutely nothing.
It just triggers her yandere mode even more, but trust me, the real crazy part starts now.
After 10 straight minutes of venting her rage, she finally slows down. He lies there, totally beaten, while she catches her breath. Covered in red bruises, our guy is gasping heavily for air. His face is covered in handprints, but he still refuses to submit.
Glaring at her, he grits his teeth and calls her a complete psycho, warning her that she will pay. His eyes are pure fire. Jiang Lengyu just lets out a creepy, psychotic laugh that will give you chills. She slowly reaches down, and he can only watch her hand get closer. He closes his eyes, bracing for a slap, but feels something surprisingly soft instead.